Hello everyone, my name is Molly and today we are here to talk about Supernatural Season 13, Episode 7. There was actually a Supernatural episode aired on Thanksgiving, which I really don't understand why they did. Riverdale took the week off and it was on Thanksgiving Eve. This was actually on Thanksgiving. And of course I watched it. I took time from family. We ate at 3, so it was fine. We weren't doing anything. So I went and watched Supernatural because, why wouldn't I? So this episode was a big deal. We saw a few returning characters and we just saw a whole lot of new dynamics and old dynamics going on, and it was a lot of fun. This is the episode where Kevin returned. It's not a spoiler because they announced it before the season started. They said that Kevin was coming back, so I'm not spoiling you, I promise. We got to see Lucifer again, and Misha is back and he's alive. The one character we did not see this episode was Jack, which is pretty ironic because the entire episode was about Jack and people searching for Jack, but we never actually saw where Jack was or what Jack was doing. All in all, I liked this episode. There were some really funny lines, there were some interesting plot devices being used, there were interesting people coming back, and it was just a really odd but funny scenario, so I really enjoyed it personally. If you guys didn't watch it, you probably didn't because, like I said, it was on Thanksgiving. Go watch it, you guys will enjoy it, it'll definitely make you laugh. It's pretty great, but I don't want to spoil it, so I'm going to say goodbye to you people who haven't watched it, so goodbye! Let's talk about this. It's really funny because in my notes, because I'm taking them as I'm watching the episode, I'm just trying to save time and stuff, and I don't want to take up 4 pages, so I abbreviate the names. So I have Mike and Lucy weird cage thing. Who calls Lucifer Lucy? Only the Supernatural fans. Anyway, moving on from that, we go to the bunker and Cass comes in. They're searching for Jack and Cass comes in. He's like, alright, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go talk to the angels. I have an angel contact. And Dean's like, alright, let's go. And Cass is like, no, you're not coming with me. Doesn't take well to strangers. And Dean's just like, well, introduce me. I'll bring a 6-pack. We won't be strangers anymore. And Cass is like, Dean, you can't come. Dean's like, alright. And then he just lets him go. And it was a funny scene. And then he was just gone, and Cass left, and I was like, wait a second, we just got Cass back from the dead. Dean was devastated because Cass was gone. So, it just made no sense to me that he let him go so easily, especially to deal with angels. I feel like he would have been like, no, I'm coming with you, or he would have followed him. But he seemed pretty chill about it, and I was like, did the whole first half of the season not just happen? Then we jump down to hell and we get to see Asmodeus sitting there, and he's I guess he's praying to Jack. He's trying to get his attention, or he's trying to find him, I'm not really sure. But he's sitting there and he's like, Jack. And I was like, what? It was just really weird. He was just sitting there. I was like, okay. And then another minion demon comes in and he goes, I have information on the Jack. And he keeps calling him the Jack. And I was like, what? They also talk about how they have the hunters keeping tabs on Sam and Dean. Why are the hunters working with the King of Hell? I mean, I guess we worked with Crowley, so I guess I can't really judge, but why are they working with Hell? It just was kind of stupid. But yeah, now that I think about it, I guess I can't really judge. But Crowley was so much better than Az, so it was fine. Jumping to the alternate universe, Lucifer's trying to get out of the torture, so he's like, here's the deal. You guys go and hate on Mary a little bit, just take care of that. I'm gonna go get a latte. We'll meet back here in 10. It'll be great. And everyone just kind of looks at him and he's like, alright. Tough crowd. I get it. I was just like, oh, Lucifer. Then Kevin comes back, he walks in, and I was like, yeah! I was so happy, because Kevin. I love Osric, and I miss Kevin, so it was pretty great. Then Michael calls him a toad, and Kevin goes on this whole thing about how he's a vertebrate, not a toad, and goes on this whole thing, and I was like, oh my god. This is why I love you. I was dying. In that scene, after, the fun Kevin scenes, they decide to take Lucifer's grace? We can do that? Why haven't we done that? That's a very easy way to solve the Lucifer issue. We just take his grace. I was sitting there thinking, why did nobody think of this before? Because I get maybe Sam and Dean don't know, how to take grace, and that's understandable, but, Cass has gotten his grace taken, so, why didn't he ever think, take the grace, we good, Since they used it in the spell, could he ever get his grace back? Taking a break from talking about the AU universe and Lucifer, we're talking about these witches, and Dean's like, wait a second, who's And he zooms in, and it's freaking Arthur Ketch? Like, what? I was like, really? He's the one you'll bring back. Like, I love David Hayden-Jones, so I was okay with it, but at the same time, I was like, I want Mick. Like, can't we bring Mick back? That was just shocking. Jumping back to the AU universe, Lucifer's trying to convince Kevin to stop the spell, don't go through with it, and he's like, listen, Michael is pure evil, and Kevin's like, whoa, wait a second. Aren't you Satan? This is why I love you, Kevin. So during that whole scene, they take his grace, they use it in the spell, and Lucifer ends up getting free and jumping through the portal and comes back to our world. He's powerless. He goes up to these women and he's like trying to like, you know, kill them, and he's like, you don't understand, like, I'm Lucifer. And the lady's like, honey, you're not Lucifer. My ex-husband is Lucifer, and walks off, and I was like, that was great. They lure him into this trap, and Dean tranks him, and then he's torturing him, and that scene, whew, it was so hot. He looks so good, and he like fixes his shirt, and he's just like angry, and I was like, oh my god. And as they're torturing, he goes, do I look stupid? And Ketch is like, is that a trick question? And I was like, oh god. Ketch decides to go with the evil twin theory. He's like, alright guys, so I have a twin. His name is Arthur Ketch. He joined the British Men of Letters, but like, he's evil, but I'm the good guy. Like, I was gonna join the British Men of Letters, but I decided not to. Like, look me up. I exist. I'm perfectly normal. And he actually, like, I kind of started to believe him. Not at first. I was totally like, evil twin, really, that's what we're going with. But like, as the episode went on, I was kind of like, oh my god, he has a twin. He just acted so different, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was walking around the bunker, making jokes and eating sandwiches. Like, he seemed different. So it's like, maybe he does have a twin, but it was all a lie. We go to visit Cass and his angel contact. We find out that the angels are going extinct. Nobody's made angels since the creation of time. So God is missing. There's nobody to make more angels, and so many of them have died that their numbers are dwindling. They want Jack to fix that because Jack is powerful enough to make new angels. I expected a more sinister reason, honestly, for them to want Jack, so I wasn't terribly heartbroken. Like, it makes sense why they would want him. I mean, obviously kidnapping him and forcing him into slavery is not the way to do it, but, you know, I wasn't terribly, like, disgusted by their reasons, which was surprising. I thought it was just gonna be like, we just want to kill him. Badass Cass, of course, fights them, because when do we not have an angel fight? And then Lucifer shows up, and Lucifer scares them off. And Cass and Lucifer is so funny because Cass is so angry because last time that they saw each other, Lucifer killed Cass. But he's so funny, and I was just like, Cass, and then I was like, oh wait, he did kill you. Okay, I get why you're bad. Misha does this face where he like walks up and he's like, and I was like, oh my god. Lucifer says something like, Cass, why are you so angry? And Cass is like, forgive me, the last time we were together, you stabbed me. And I was like, it's a good point, you know. He has the right to his feelings. Then Lucifer goes on this whole thing about how Michael is trying to come to this universe and take it over, and so Lucifer needs the help of Team Free Will. I think that's really interesting. It's a very interesting dynamic that, like, we need to work with Lucifer, and I'm excited to see that. I'm really excited to see that. Cass is like, well, technically, in this team up, you're the weak link. You're the one with no grace. You can't really do anything anymore. You're just there. And I was just like, you go, Cass. You sass him. So many good lines came out of this. As they're talking more, Cass is like, well, I have to talk to Sam and Dean about this. And Lucifer just like bangs his head on the table and is like, oh, really? Again? And I was just like, oh. And then they're talking about Jack, and he keeps saying my son, and like he won't say Jack's name. And Cass gets really angry, and he's like, your son's name is Jack. And Lucifer goes, oh, my dad. And I was like, what? Because like, it's this serious scene. Cass is really mad, and then he just goes, oh, my dad. And I was like, oh god. Going back to the bunker after that scene, they start talking about evil Colonel Sanders, which I just thought was great. Dean is angry because Alexander's walking around the bunker. He's in chains, but they're like, there's no bathroom in the dungeon. I don't know what you want me to do. And then he's just like stuffing his face with a sandwich. Dean and Cass have this phone call, and he's trying to tell him that like Lucifer is with me. He wants to team up, but he doesn't want Lucifer to know. So he's just like doing this, and then Lucifer like kind of comes up behind Cass, and Cass is like, yeah, I can't wait to see you too. Talk to you later. And Lucifer's like, you're such a terrible liar. And the call ends, and Dean's like, what the fuck? I was so mad because I had this whole scene planned in my head where the demons show up and Lucifer and Cass are fighting them. Total anarchy, like things are on fire, they're just totally going at it, and Sam and Dean walk in. And, like, Lucifer's just like, oh, hey, guys, and then, like, they just jump into the fight. Like, I had this whole thing planned out in my head. It's kind of like that gif, you know that gif where, like, I think it's from Victorious, where, like, the guy walks into the room with all the pizzas, and he's, like, really happy, and then, like, the room's burning down around him, and he's like, that's basically what I imagined it looking like. I was so excited for it, but they get there right after the fight ends, and right after they're taken, and I was like, no, I had this whole scene. But a few demons are left behind, and Sam and Dean clean that up, and it's such a badass fight, and I love it so much. I love the fight scenes. Ketch ends up showing up. This is where I got kind of like, alright, never mind. You don't have an evil twin. You're just crazy. He fought like Ketch, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was malicious. So we ended up finding out that Rowena saved Ketch. She gave him that thing that she had, that charm, that even when you're killed, it brings you back to life. And so it has to be recharged every time you die. So, like, the next time you die, you can also come back. I had hope for Ketch. I had hope that he was gonna change his ways a little bit, and that's why we reintroduced him. He was gonna help us. It's not what happened. We find out that Ketch is working with Asmodeus. He's the hunter contact. Great. I don't even understand how that happened. Like, I guess he got sent to hell when he died, but he didn't stay dead for that long, so like, I don't know that origin story, but it makes a lot of sense. I mean, why would Ketch do the right thing? There's also a phone call that Asmodeus, he calls Dean, and he's like, hey, so I have a lead, you're not gonna hear from me for a few days, okay, bye. And like, he uses Cass's voice, but it's still his body, and like, it's just the weirdest thing. You guys know I don't like this. They did this the Shapeshifter episode too, and like, where it's somebody else using their voice, so like, he's using Cass's voice, but it's him, and it was just so weird. And Cass and Lucifer are now prisoners in hell. I hope we move that storyline along. Let's save his ass. I want to see Dean and Sam break down the doors of hell and be like, I want my husband back, and then walk in and be like, hey, Lucifer's here too. You know, I want to see that. So those are my thoughts on episode 7. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode down below. What'd you think of Ketch's return? How much did you miss Kevin? What do you think the whole AU universe is gonna do? Do we think Michael's gonna come into the world? Is it basically gonna be season 5 all over again, but with Michael? Let me know all your thoughts and theories down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will link all my previous episode talks down below so you can check those out, as well as episode talks for all other shows that I do them for. Those will be linked down below so you can check those out as well. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I try to upload a video every week. If you like my videos, then subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!